Alright, MrSotko here, and welcome back to another Warcraft 3 replay cast. Today it's a 1 vs 1 on Ancient Isles between our orange undead player, iRelyOnCrits, and up top, we have our yellow undead player, OneShotOneKill. We're going to speed this up to the 2-minute point of the game, and everything starts to get good. We'll see what heroes these two players get. And if my voice sounds a little off, I did spend the weekend up in Colorado. My girlfriend and I went up there to reconnoiter the area. We're going to be moving up there shortly. And I was at my girlfriend's sister's house, who lives up there, and she has 2 sick children, so I was lucky enough to be with them, and I was treated with an illness, so that's fun. And we do have a Blade Master for iRelyOnCrits, which makes sense because his name is iRelyOnCrits. It's going to be relying on crits. Sells his Scroll of Town Portal. It's usually what Blade Masters do right off the bat, so they can get the Boots of Speed and or Healing Salves, Lesser Clarity Potion, Scroll Speed, all that fun stuff. Now the undead is going to choose the one of 2 opening builds usually for undead, and that is either creep or harass. And the ogre warrior here will fall. Forest trapper will be next, but the blade master is here to harass the death knight. Tome of Intelligence for the blade master there. Gets himself a ghoul kill, and I do believe a skeletal warrior kill. Skeleton warrior kill. Apparently talking is hard too. That's not the sickness, that's just talking is hard. And a quarter of the way to level 2, Death Knight. I'm gonna try and get this ogre magi, but Blade Master gonna give him a hard time. Doing what Blade Masters do best. Well, a total of 5 skeletal minions here. He's got himself a little army of skeletal minions, and that's quite a bit of DPS coming out of him. And Death Knight trapped a little bit. Nope, not trapped, but did take quite a bit of damage in the process there. Who will kill the Ogre Magi first, and Death Coil finishes it off and gets himself the item as well. And good thing that he did pick that up, otherwise the Blade Master would have got that, and that's a very, very good Blade Master item. Faster attack speed equals more crits. So nearly level 2 on that Death Knight. Would have been level 2. The Blade Master hadn't stolen all of some of his experience there. Although I'm actually not sure if the Blade Master did take any of those creeps or not, but he did kill ghouls and skeletal minions. Blade Master now going after the Overseer camp here. Meanwhile, the Death Knight at the Knoll Brute camp gets himself level 2. Blade Master gonna try and get down this Overseer, but the Death Knight is gonna see this. And now the Blade Master has to bail. Got that Overseer down to half health for that Death Knight there. And who will be able to pick this up? Death Coil gonna get it. And another Gloves of Haste. And what happened to that Gloves of Haste? It looks like it had dropped on the ground.
My life for the Horde. We're under attack!
Now the Blade Master going after the Knoll Warden camp. Knoll Overseer camp, rather, but either way, now the Death Knight running away from the Blade Master here. And I'm not sure what happened to that Gloves of Haste. Maybe a grunt picked it up? Not really sure. Maybe he had backpack going on.
My life for the Horde.
Death Knight taking way too much damage here, trying to get away. Meanwhile, the skeletal minions are trying to take down the Knoll Overseer, but the grunts are all here too. And it is a grunt party now, 4 grunts. And that's going to be a lot of DPS coming out here. Death Knight coming back, going to try and steal that Knoll Overseer with a Death Coil. And there it goes, but doesn't get it in time and gives the Blade Master a Circlet of Nobility. Now the Blade Master moving on out towards the top side of the map. Is he going to get the Knoll Overseer camp? Where is he going to go? Who knows? Perhaps the Goblin Merchant. Now Lich out for the second hero for OneShotOneKill. And a Shadow Hunter for the second hero of iRelyOnCrits. Tome of Agility +2 for that Blade Master. Not too bad there. And our undead opponent going after the Null Brute Camp. Replenishment potion for that Blade Master. Might as well just pop that now. Who cares? Either way, right? And the Noble Kobold Geomancer will fall here. And Tome of Agility, not that great. Gonna hold on to that replenishment potion for a little while. And he gives it to the Shadow Hunter, which is probably a good idea, mostly for that mana. Playmaster now trying to find the undead. And should come across him soon, but misses him entirely, checking on the Null Overseer camp. Meanwhile, the Shadow Hunter is up top, going after the Warlord camp. And can the Blade Master get a kill here on this Death Knight? And does good damage to him, but he has that Frost armor on, so taking much less damage. The camp here will fall soon. Want to see what items drop there. Does kill that Death Knight, catches up to him. So that is a lot of experience, but the Shadow Hunter dies to creeps. So he wasn't paying attention up there, but I suppose an eye for an eye. And I suppose he did make out on that. He did kill the Death Knight, and nothing was really gained by his opponent from the Shadow Hunter dying. And really, he only has to pay a small fee to get that Shadow Hunter back, since it's only level 1 anyway. Tome of Strength +2 on the ground there. Gonna pick that up with the Blade Master, and then finish off the Troll Warlord. And gets himself a Health Stone.
Upgrade complete.
And Kodo Beast out and about. And is that Kodo Beast stuck? No, it is not stuck. Kind of looked like it for a moment there. No Overseer camp. Gonna go down here. And it seems like the grunts abandoned the Blade Master up there. Gets level 4 from that Knoll. And now the Shadow Hunter is coming soon. Another Tome of Strength, an 875 health Blade Master. He has picked up several Tomes of Strength.
Work complete.
Lich now farming out this Null Overseer camp here. And does have an Orb of Corruption as well. Ring of Protection +3. Ring of Greater Selling. Shadow Hunter gonna get this Null Overseer camp, but the Shadow Hunter is just eating damage. Not really paying attention to his Shadow Hunter while it's creeping over there. And now gonna pop the Healing Salve after the battle here, and another Ring of Protection +3 falls on the ground. Lich now has that Ring of Protection +3, so the Frost Armor will give him a total of +6 armor. So that will be fairly significant for a Lich. Keep him alive a little bit at least. I'm gonna go after the Obsidian statue here with the Blade Master. Mana Stone drops, and the Death Knight picks it up, so that's gonna be very useful as long as he doesn't consume that. Although you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes, but I really encourage not consuming it. The longer you hold it, the more regeneration you get. But in an emergency situation, I suppose you gotta do what you gotta do. And now gonna Town Portal out of here. Army's gonna come back and get in that range there and go on home. Tome of Intelligence +2 falls. And we'll see who decides to pick that up. I suppose it's either way will work. And now a Red Drake camp will be creeped out. Does have a Berserker and a couple Kodo Beasts. And Boots of Kel'Thas fall for the Blade Master there. Kel'Thas boots. And I believe that was a Tome of Agility too, so that was quite a bit of agility for that Blade Master there. I think it was a Tome of Agility if I've seen that right, so that would be a +2 tome. So a total of 8 agility for that Blade Master by creeping that out. Very, very nice. And the Red Drake will fall soon here. And Giant Strength +6. And he decides to give that to the Lich, which is somewhat odd, but it does give the Lich a bit more health.
Research complete.
as the Lich is usually Blade Master food.
Our town is under attack.
Skeletal minion causing trouble in the town there.
Attack.
Not gonna amount to much. Obsidian statue turns into a destroyer and is saved by a death coil there. And will not be saved.
Our town is under attack.
It's killed off by iRelyOnCrits. We have a Dreadlord out for the third hero for the Undead, which is somewhat interesting, as the Dreadlord is something you don't see every day. It's just, in general, not a particularly good hero. It's just generally not a chosen hero.
Summoning.
Although it can be quite useful in certain situations. Sleep is pretty good to spam on heroes and then surround them. Skeletal minion is checking out the situation here. Ogre Magic Camp falls. Gloves of Haste for the Blade Master there. And what will he trade for that Gloves of Haste? I'm assuming a Circlet of Nobility. Probably going to give that to the Shadow Hunter. Or is he just going to leave it there? I'm not sure if that would be the best idea. It is a pretty good item for a Blade Master. But gonna leave it there for now. Undead just hanging out in the base for now, just crafting up an army here. Still never got Web, but Web is on the way now. And that Gloves of Haste is ignored, which makes me sad on the inside, as a Blade Master with Gloves of Haste is pretty good. More attack speed, more crits, more winning, as a crit is more damage than a Circlet of Nobility any day, anytime, anywhere. Although the Circlet of Nobility, of course, gives a little bit of intelligence, a little bit of mana, a little bit of health, a little bit of damage, but only 2 damage, which doesn't equate to much in the crits, whereas 15% attack speed, if you can get off an additional crit before you're unable to otherwise, then it's much more than a Circle of Nobility, but to each his own. I suppose it is a horse of peace either way. Gets himself a ghoul kill there. Dust of Appearance goes down, and gonna do big damage to this Blade Master here, and Sleep goes down. And Blade Master still revealed at the moment. And there goes Sleep. And gonna spam it on this Blade Master. Gonna try and get him, but I'm not sure if it's gonna work. Potion of Invulnerability on the Blade Master. Now he's long gone. And picks up another one from the Merchant on the way. Death Knight does have a Scroll of Protection and a Sacrificial Skull for some blight. And now the battle begins here, but the Dreadlord looks like he will die immediately, and that didn't go very far at all. And that's another reason why the Dreadlord isn't all that good. The Sleep just doesn't work too well most of the time. The Swarm is pretty good, particularly against air units, I would say. Clustered up air units. And Shadowhunter may fall here very, very low. 33 health, 34, but heals himself. Blade Master going after the destroyers and spiders in the group here. And just collecting spider kills. Now nearly level 6, 252 damage crits, 224 damage on that Lich. Lich pops an invulnerability potion. And Dust of Appearance should be casted here, just to do some damage on the Blade Master. Death Coil lands on the Lich, gonna keep him alive for now. And he ended up selling that Ring of Protection +3, which is usually a good idea, but in this case he's sort of suffering the damage of that Blademaster. He would have an additional +3 armor on that Lich right now. Undead army is falling here, but so is the Orc. Very low on both sides, but the Blademaster is pretty much a one-man army anyway. Now the Blademaster took a lot of damage there, now has Orb of Corruption. And one shot, one kill, GG's out, leaving iRelyOnCrits the winner. So a pretty good game, and that Blademaster in the end prevailed over all the units, and I just disagree with the Dreadlord. The Dreadlord is just meh. I want it to be a good hero. I really do. I've always wanted it to be a good hero, but every time you pick the Dreadlord, it just falls short and never really provides all that much. I think just about any hero would have been better than the Dreadlord, Panda, even a Crypt Lord to some degree. Resources 10,000 mined, 9,600, not too much lost on either side. Hope you guys enjoyed the replay, and I'll see you guys next time.